they are like controversial influencers, right? Where they use like these tactics to get in the news and they just weather the storm. I think this situation is a bit interesting. I think Sneako disregarded a lot of the benchmarks that if he was a true friend of Andrew Tate or some of these gentlemen, he would respect the guardrails that they're trying to put up for whatever reason. But I think Sneako wants to compete. I don't know Sneako, so I'm not speaking as someone that knows this gentleman, but I want to examine a little bit of the back and forth and what has took place. But again, this level of marketing for Kick, who are billionaires, who are now in the space, they're just willing to back the controversy. And the thing about people who are risk takers that are willing to back controversy in that way, they tend to spend money in a different way than some of these traditional corporations. So you may see a Friday night fight with some Kick shit going on, or you might see some Aaron the plumber, or like you finna see, you're about to watch Adam 22 and Jason Love fight each other. You understand what I'm saying? This is because the people who are now introduced in the space, they're willing to spend the money in a different way than the traditional companies like Ruffles or fucking MasterCard or Cadillac. These dudes are radical. But I think it was irresponsible if I take them at their word, as they said Sneako played it. But let's pay attention to a little more. But I just wanted to point out the level of marketing, dude. The level of marketing that Kick gets from some of this rage bait shit. They'll throw it right on the news. And then Kick can always play dumb. We don't endorse that. We didn't ask them to do that. Why do you got a big logo on this clip that's going around? This is intentional marketing, right? And they didn't pay anybody involved. Some of these dudes probably just got their little KCIP, or maybe they got deals with Kick, but they're living in this spot, man, where they kind of hacked the market, where they don't even pay you for your content. They just clip your content and they don't get paid for clipping it as it pertains to on platforms. If you have your business in order, right? So if you got your content IDs and things in order, when they upload it, the money still comes back to you. But if you don't, hey, all this money comes to us. But let's just say they don't get paid for nothing, anything that they're posting, but they get these large audiences and they get these niched down audiences. They're very intentional with the clips that they post. And so what they're doing is they're marketing to a certain audience. Whether they make money from the social media sites or not, it's still worth it because there's a customer acquisition process that's happening as we get more and more people and they get more and more familiar with our platform. And so I think there's a very interesting game being played by Kick that us people, and I shouldn't be giving this game out in the forefront because it's just too high level and it's really worth money. But I think some people will be able to hack the market if you do some of what they've done, not as it pertains to rage bait, but just flood the market with shit that might not even be yours. It's crazy. I can't do that because I don't want to, risk my shit. You can risk some of your channels. Them dudes be getting their shit demonetized and taken down. I don't know why this keeps going off. Y'all just got to, I don't know what the fuck is doing. It's pissing me off, Chad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to hold y'all down, though. I ain't gonna lie. Let's go.
In that one, they're singing, and one of them is performing a Nazi salute.
Have people in our city celebrating this. Animals.
This is obviously not welcome in Miami Beach. It should not be welcome anywhere in the world.
And by the way, I spoke to other club operators. They are not welcome in their club. How they got into this club, open arms, I want to know how.
The videos are from Saturday night. This one inside the Club Vendome at 743 Washington Avenue. The club releasing a statement on social media that reads in part, "We want to be unequivocally clear. Vendome and our hospitality group do not condone anti-Semitism, hate speech, or prejudice of any kind." It goes on to state, "We are deeply disturbed by the harm caused by this incident and the circulation of this footage." The Post explains the business is looking into safeguards and procedures to make sure this doesn't happen again. As for the men in the video celebrating the song, the mayor has...
You can pause it at the step. I barely even see me at any of this, firstly. But I want to be very careful here because I don't want to deflect too heavily. I don't want to be blaming other people, etc. A whole bunch of songs were played that night, none of which I requested. None. I walk into a nightclub and songs are played. Unfortunately, if anything happens anywhere near me, it gets tied to my name. If someone got shot in that club, they would have said, Andrew Tate's in a nightclub where this man got shot. I didn't shoot him. I didn't pull the trigger. I don't know who the fuck he is. I was there and the song was played. The actual conversation I think that's interesting to have when it comes to this is the nature of the internet and the nature of influencing in general. Because I think we're living in a world now where only shock value seems to get anybody's attention for any significant period of time because everyone's dopamine receptors are completely fried. So all of these young influencers or anyone on the internet who's trying to make any name for themselves is trying to be as controversial and shocking as possible as quickly as possible. And that's why the song was played, because it gets views. That's why. I didn't play it. I didn't ask them to play it. I didn't dance. I didn't sing. In fact, the only time you see me on there is me storming out of the bus saying this is ridiculous and leaving. But I know why it was played. It was played because of this. It was played because it gets traction in a world where everybody is bored of everything all of the time. And that's why these young people are encouraged constantly to try and do the most shocking thing possible. You see this not just with this song, you see this on all their streams. They're running people over and doing retarded shit constantly. So I'm not here to make excuses for myself. I'm not here to say it wasn't me. I'm not here to, blame someone else. But it is kind of ridiculous. It does feel a bit unfair that I'm standing in a nightclub. A song comes on that I did not request. A song comes on that I do not dance to. I do not repeat the lyrics to. I just stand there. And then they want to attribute somehow the song playing to me and it all being my fault.
I want to be clear too about this, right? Andrew Tate is trying not to say Sneako name, but they throwing it out there. It is what it is. Again, I don't know these gentlemen that well, but I'm just gonna speak on what we looking at. I think two things can be true, right? Sneako is basically saying that Andrew Tate has folded and he's apologizing. In my opinion, Sneako doesn't put him in that situation if he's a real friend of his. If you really mess with that dude, you don't put him in that scenario. If you know his background, know everything that nigga just got through, like for this, like let's use my shit for some things that's really gonna be substantial, like tangible things. Going to a club and doing this, I go international about it. Nah, don't use my platform to do that to me. It's the same thing that happened in these in this content space, right? There's money tied to this shit. So when you get a nigga on your platform and you embarrass him, it's money tied to that shit. Or he embarrassed you. It's money tied to that. I done had several dudes call me, man. You may think I'm lying, dog. I done had several niggas call me, hey, let me say this to you, bro. Let's do it like this. And let me disrespect you a little bit and then we clear it up. I don't play like that. Yeah, I don't play that. I don't play all that. You disrespect me, stand on it. You disrespect me, stand on it. Ain't gonna be no, man, we would just stand on it. Stand on it. But in this game, they play like that. And I second what Andrew Tate is saying. Yo, these dudes are trying to be shocking. They want to go viral. They want to be seen. They want to get clipped. They understand this. But guess who else understands this? Andrew Tate. If you pay attention to what's about to happen, you will see exactly what I'm saying. But both of these dudes are playing a little weird game. Tate knows that when he comes out, he's with the dudes that got the clippers. He's with the dudes that play these kind of songs and play these kind of games. If you're a high-level nigga, stay out of low-level situations. If you're a high-level nigga, stay out of low-level, right? I just feel like niggas will put themselves in any situation and then blame the environment. Nigga, you put yourself in 30 feet water and get mad you drown. If you'd have stayed in your right, nigga, you ain't 30 feet tall yet. You understand me? So, hey, man, I think some of these dudes, both of them, they playing a little game. But I think Sneako is a little bit more like, I don't think he looks at Andrew Tate in the same way that they say he used to look at him. I think he looks at him like competition at this stage of his life. And he wants to duel with him for whatever that's worth. Hey, I don't know why yo, I'm gonna have to get one of y'all my Mars or something, man, to tell me or help me with this. Like, why does he keep doing this? Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but
that's a fair argument. But you know, to the average person that's watching it, you know, back in the days when I'm younger, I'm in a car with a guy who I get out of the military. It's December 23rd, 97. The guy's got a bunch of pot in the back of his trunk. Cops come out.
Yep.
And I'm in the Army, and my guy's calling me, telling me, hey, you got to figure something out. You can't be involved in something like this.
Yep.
So guilty by association, it's the first thing they're going to say. You hung out with these guys. When I watched the video, Andrew, with you and them, Tristan looks extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. And the way you were smiling, because I saw a lot of, everyone's texting me. You know, you and I communicate, we have conversations together. You looked extremely uncomfortable as well. You're smiling, but you're not, you know already what's going to happen. It was almost a look where I said, Tate knows what's about to happen next.
Yeah, the shock value really isn't worth it to me. I mean, I've said some shocking things, and people will believe my brand is built on shock value, but I think they're at least shocking opinions. I like to think that I'm sitting there saying, this is my opinion. You may find it shocking, but this is what I truly believe. These are my worldviews. And perhaps there's a lot of people who agree with me, disagree with me, but to just shock and offend purely for the purpose of shocking and offending, I think that that's something that has plagued the internet for a while, but it's getting worse and worse. And you notice it across the entire streaming world because people are struggling to get any kind of views or shake people out of apathy. And when I talk to anybody below 25 who's doing anything on the internet, their only intention is to be as shocking and therefore as offensive as possible. That's what they're sitting there thinking. How do I get everybody to panic within 3 seconds? Otherwise, they're going to scroll past me. Mm-hmm. And that's what people are doing. That's the world we live in.
Why hang out with them?
Well, I haven't seen them.
is that true? Chat, let me know. Is that true? If that's true, why are they so successful?
In a long time. It's the first time I met two of them. It's the first time I met Clav and Nick. I spoke to them online, but it's the first time I ever met them. I hadn't seen Sneako in a while.
You and Nick have never met each other?
Never met.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Never met.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and the Braden guy, Clav, whatever his name is, he's new.
First time I ever met them.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, they were nice guys when I met them. You know, it's the first time I've spoken to them. I sat down with them, and I don't think they even put the song on. I can't. I have to guess. I think Sneako may have put the song on, who I'd met many times before. But it was a long night. It was 6 or 7 hours in which, for 2 minutes of it, someone got a phone and put a song on. Wasn't me. And now it's all over the news. So I just think that the main reason this is being done is because shock value is what people are optimizing for with their content primarily. And then we can have another conversation entirely about why anti-Semitism is on the rise in the first place, because I have a theory about that also. And I think that the main reason anti-Semitism is on the rise across America, because there's no doubt, and you can no skill about.
Man, I'm gonna call it. You're upset. You have to be. They used you to play that song to be like, look who's with us. And you're right. I saw you. You walked right out, and even in the nightclub, you were kind of like whatever. But I would be even more livid because coming from a guy that has a Jewish father, brings you in, plays the Hitler song, and then you're the only guy that's gonna catch real flack for it.
Yeah, I think it was. So if I'm going to be optimistic, it was short-sighted by them. If I'm going to be pessimistic, it was certainly very. I mean, I wouldn't say they set me up.
Yeah.
They should have known that this is going to cause a whole bunch of flack for me specifically
In Miami.
In Miami, of course. But if I'm totally honest with you, I don't think that any of them are deeply anti-Semitic genuinely, and I don't think that any of them really thought it through. Honestly, I think they're just kids. I think they're just kids. It gets a reaction. They think they're funny. They're on the internet. They need a reaction. They want likes, and they did some fucking dumb shit. That's what I think it is. I think they're just literally retarded.
How old is Nicholas? If you don't, how old? I know.
I don't know.
The Braden guys.
They're all in their young 20s or something.
I would love to agree with you, brother, but they're not all kids. By the way, nobody online or in the Jewish community defends you more online or behind the scenes than me.
I appreciate that, sir.
So,
I appreciate that.
I had dinner with Tristan and
Of course.
Justin Wall the other day. I got the call. It's Sunday. You ruined my day. At the very least, you ruined my Sunday.
Bro,
with my nephew.
I woke up. I was like,
I feel you. And I get a call from not one person, not everybody.
Yep.
Your brother, you're texting me, Justin Waller, the club owners, the DJ, everyone, the mayor.
The bathroom attendant.
Like the bathroom attendant, I tip him good. He called me.
Who's Cuban, but
they're not all kids. We know Myron's almost 40.
They're putting pressure on this dude Andrew Tate to disenfranchise those dudes, step away from them, denounce them. You know what I mean? Let the Jews know they are pressing him, though. If I'm being honest and calling a spade, I ain't saying they pressing him like on some, but just on a certain level, they're like, yo, you were wrong. Like, why you with those guys? It's like after you come home with some niggas that was stealing and your family try to act like that you want the nigga that was busting the windows. You know what I mean? They'll get to telling you, now you need to quit hanging around such and such. They don't know what role you really play in it. But they pressing this dude like, yo, disown them dudes. You really ain't on their level. Them some little boy streamers. And if I'm being honest, they're talking to Andrew Tate, understanding the world view of Andrew Tate. It's like, why are you on a stream in a club with these dudes playing a Hitler song? Like, what are you doing? And they'll explain that in just a second. Let me know if y'all can hit it if I do it like this. This is pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie to you.
40.
Yeah.
You're almost 40.
Yep.
Tristan's 35.
Yeah.
This ain't kid stuff. So what I think is I actually believe you. You think I'm going to wait for 5 years of working with you, friendship
Hey, y'all chat. Let me know if y'all can still hear it.
with you, to throw you under the bus last minute? That's not how we roll. But I think Sneako played the song.
Yeah.
I think Tristan explicitly told me that Sneako played the song. I think when you sort of diffuse the situation, they're kids being kids. Myron, who, you know how much time we've spent with Myron.
Yep.
That ain't no kid stuff.
Well, Myron's not a kid, and he's a really good friend of mine.
I agree.
And Myron's not a kid. You're right. I don't know if Sneako played the song. Sneako played the song. I'm telling you from my perspective, and I want to make it something.
But how do you feel about that? Because let me ask you a specific question.
Sure.
Do you know how much time I spent with your brother and Justin Waller at 9 o'clock on Sunday?
He's kind of rambling. He rambled a lot on this episode.
Trying to do some big apology tour. And the reason for that is because I really didn't do anything wrong. So I want to make this clear. I understand why some people were offended. I understand they want to attach it to my name. I understand that it gets clicks in the media if you say Andrew Tate did X, Y, Z. I got on a bus. Full-grown men made decisions while I sat on my phone. I then got off the bus and stood in a nightclub while other people played songs while I sat on my phone. If they want to crucify me for that, that's up to them. Myron made the Nazi salute because he thought it was funny. That's Myron to come here and defend.
Of course.
It's not for me to sit here and come here and defend. Myron is someone I know and I respect and I like. Even if he did something that offended me, even if I found that offensive, I would still say, oh, okay, well, I like Myron. I have a whole bunch of friends who do a whole bunch of things that I don't like. I have black friends, white friends. I have every single type of friend you can have. We have the most racist group chat in the world. This is the world I live in, right? And I think that the reason the anti-Semitism issue is so sensitive is, one, because of the prevalence, especially online. And I'm not going to lie, I see it everywhere myself. I'm not even Jewish. It must be scary to see it too. And somebody who is complete.
So they don't play this game, dog.
Well,
what I want to take a look at, though, I think is interesting, is Sneako's response. Because there's a weird game that everybody's playing. And Sneako isn't the only one playing it. Pay attention.
We're hanging out playing the song in a city.
A group of guys. I'm Patrick Bet-Dave, okay, numbers guy. Okay, it's a song, and you're not allowed to do that. Okay, you could have stopped it. We're gonna lecture you. Make sure you go to re-education camp. All right. So this podcast here, okay, this is
the most shocking thing.
TurboTax locations are now open in your neighborhood.
You know what I need to get to? I need to get that
so,
ad for
hand off your taxes to an expert today. Now, local experts do your taxes with 100% accuracy.
Parents of children who play.
Yeah, but what's interesting about all of this shit is that they all playing a game with each other, man.
Miami.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
By the way, Stephen Miner, the mayor, Joe Magazine, David Suarez, you have a Jew and an Italian and a Cuban walk into a nightclub and they say, we don't play this game, homie. We see what's going on in the world. And every Jew, every capitalist, every billionaire leaving California, leaving New York, they're like, where can we go? You know how Governor DeSantis said, Florida's where woke goes to die.
Good friend of mine.
Your boy. Florida is where woke goes to die. Well, you know what? Miami is where racism goes to die. And by the way, I'm an equal opportunity employer when it comes to racism.
Yep.
Stand-up comedian, former stand-up comedian.
Yep.
One day PVD is going to get a shot. We know about that. And I would say this. It's not racist if you make fun of everybody. Anybody can get it.
So I'm clear.
We got a black guy there. We got an Italian guy there.
So I'm clear.
We got a gay guy there. I don't know. Nick Fuentes, gay, whatever it is.
I don't know what he's
because
talking about.
every year when a new year starts, it's about welcome things, and then one day I'm like, I got to recreate myself, and I'm going to the next level.
I totally understand your point. Nick Fuentes says a lot of things I agree with. I don't agree with everything he says. I've seen.
Oh, I forgot they had Nick Fuentes. Yeah, they had he tripped out. Yeah, damn, son.
Clips of him say things. And
now we got to talk about what role Kanye played in this. We'll get to that in a minute.
I found them very funny. I'd never met him before. Collab's blown up online. He's doing things. I've seen some clips. I'd never met him before. I got to Miami for the first time in a long time. They said, guys, let's meet up. We met up. Sneako came along. We went out. They played a song. For me, I understand what you're saying. Like, I need to reinvent myself, and I have all these charges. Of course, but I have all these charges, and I have the potential to have a brand new image, and I'm one of the best, most well-known people on the planet. If I meet somebody for the first time, or I meet people and hang out with them for 6 or 7 hours, and the entire thing is filmed, and 30 seconds blows up, I understand, and I'm really not trying to just pass blame, and I'm not trying to make excuses. But truthfully, I don't see what I should have done differently besides say, oh, I've never met you before, you haven't been vetted, I'm never going to meet anybody ever. Or sit in a car and say, sorry, guys, because I'm in this car, we must cut off the Bluetooth. Let me take everybody's phone from them. Like, it is what it is. I understand how these things get attached to my name. It's very inconvenient for me. I have Jewish business partners. I have tech teams in Israel. I have things going on, and I get a mess from this crap, too. I can argue that I was set up. I can argue that Sneako wasn't thinking. I can argue that they were just trying to chase clicks. I could argue it was malicious or not malicious. But truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, truthfully, I'm not here to beg sorry from anybody. I was in a van, and I was in a club. That club also played songs about beating the shit out of women and shooting fucking black people. I didn't put any of the songs on. I'm not the DJ. And I think, actually, truthfully, and we have to analyze this from an outside perspective, I'm not saying this as me. I'm saying...
That's a great point. That's a great point. That's a fucking great point, right? Tell the truth now. They do play a lot of songs that, celebrate murders and things of that nature now. But it's about being in these people territory. And that's what's interesting about the way that Adin Ross responded to this. Here's what Adin Ross said in response to Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Sneako, the guy that breaks his face, and Myron going to a club doing the Nazi salute. Pay attention.
The Miami clubs are all, dude, Miami's all Jews. Like, they're so fucking dumb. They should have done that shit in, like, I don't even know. Listen, I don't know, dude. Listen, me personally, Tate folded to what? What did Tate fold to? I didn't see that. I saw the clip. Guys, I haven't been on, like, nothing. Little bit, but, like, not really, like, anything. Like, I've just been fucking, yeah. Wait, they use Sneako as a fucking, as a scapegoat? Wow. Oh my God. So hold on a second. He blamed him fully. Sneako, I'm about to back you up, fucker. Sneako, if Tate full on threw you under the bus, that's fucked up. Because I'll be real, guys, everybody in that fucking sprinter knew what the fuck was going on. That's ridiculous. Everyone's laughing, smiling. Come on. Let's be real here. Come on. It was fucked up, the car shit. They shouldn't have done it. Sure, not all of them, but some of them probably regret it. But, come on. What, you were held against your fucking will? Come on. Let's be real here. Fuck, Sneako, you were just becoming good again. You better get on bit on Twitch. My guy, man. We all rooting for Sneako, too. All shit aside, though, I do want to say Sneako is a good guy, man.
Yeah, but the risk ain't worth the reward. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. I think that's the interesting thing. Is like Sneako is willing to gamble too much for no return. It's a real weird energy that he gives off as it pertains to what he is willing to risk versus the return that comes back from it. The energy is like, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but to just come out of being banned and not being able to feed your family through some of these social media sites and then do this for this, Like, I don't get it. But what I also think is interesting is that the first thing that Adin Ross said is, yo, they're dumb. Nigga, Miami is all Jews. You can't say that. I think the same thing can apply to Adin and the way that he deals with black people, in particular like Doechii, black women. Hip-hop is like the black restaurants. It's like the Jewish, like in Miami, how you will view the Jewish restaurants. Hip-hop is our black infrastructure. And so you don't want to use those words that can limit your access. You see how they got put out of Miami because they came in disrespecting? We don't even got to make the point. You see where that's going. But I think you learn because the universe will put it in front of you. Now it's at your doorstep. You happen to be Jew. You happen to be Jewish. You understand what it's like for that to look like it's celebrated in public. Some of your family deals with that. Some of your comrades and constituents deal with that, right? I think it's interesting to see how he feels about that. But he said they're dumb for doing that. Now, let me see. Did Tate throw him under the bus? I need to see that. I don't know.
Complete outsider.
I don't
Everybody
know.
understands.
I don't know if this is throwing under the bus just yet. Let's pay attention.
The scenario I just explained. Everybody's been in a car with people they don't know when someone else has the Bluetooth. Everybody has. So everybody can sit and say, well, if he's getting such a hard time over this, well, obviously some of the conspiracy theories must be true. Like, what did I do here? If the Jewish community want to come to me and say, Andrew, we're going to drive you out of Miami or put a bullet in your head, I'll say, well, then do it, because I just sat in a car. I'm really not going to sit here and beg sorry for sitting in a car. I sat in a car. And perhaps, yes, I should be more careful with the company I keep. Correct. I've never met half of these people ever before. They're some of the most famous people in the world. If you go and meet some of the most well-known people on the planet, and one of them sniffs coke, is it your fault? Mm-hmm. Are you going to sit and say, I met an actor, he's really famous, he's one of the biggest guys in the world, and he got photographed sniffing coke, and because you're relevant, they say, Patrick Bet David caught up in drug scandal. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Grab the men by their throat when they grab a phone to put on a Bluetooth? Like, I totally understand some people are offended by it. I get it. And perhaps maybe I'm just numb. Perhaps I've been through so much shit in my life that my brain's just numb. Perhaps. But if you were to put on a song, any song, saying, I hate half-black loudmouths, I wouldn't give a fuck.
I'd put you on the cover.
But that's the truth. So I'm sorry to anybody who is offended. I'm sorry to anybody who's offended. If I had played the song myself and danced around to it, sure. I was in a car. That's my answer.
Dude, I don't want an apology. Nobody. I don't
think this is a I don't think this is a podcast to bring you on to apologize.
Not at all.
And by the way, he calls me. You and I are talking. I checked. I didn't even know you're coming in town. When I messaged him, I'm like, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm just," because I was messaging the other. Yeah. There's a couple places we communicate. With one of them, you didn't respond back. I said, "Is he good?" So then I messaged Matt. Yeah. And then I messaged back. He's like, "No, it's this one." And so I messaged it, checking to see how you're doing. And you're like, "Hey, I'm in town. Yeah. You're in town. I'm in town." And then obviously our guys are telling me this. No, for me, I look at everybody as a product of what is next for them. What is the next thing they need to do? What is the next thing they ought to consider doing as a iOS, 14.0 for Tate? What is that for Tate? What is Tate 15.0? And you look at a lot of people in the marketplace that
totally understand.
So I think about it from that standpoint.
This hurts political ambitions for very little gain. Mm-hmm. Totally understand. It's just whether I could have stopped this or seen this coming. That's the question. I'm not glad this happened. Yeah. The question is, could I have stopped it? Well, no, because I didn't even know they were doing it. What I could do is when they put it on the car is leave the car.
I think you could have stopped it. I think you could have stopped it. How? I think you could easily stop it.
How?
First of all,
play the clip of when it comes on the car and I leave the car. What else am I supposed to do?
Let me tell you what I'll tell you what I would do. For instance, you guys go out. Do you think if you invite me, I'm coming out?
If I invite you, will you?
Of what to do. If he says to me, Pat, let's go out, I'm going to bring. If what's going to happen, I told the team. The only thing for me is I get to choose the standards of where I go out to. Like here, guess what? This is our club. There is no phones here.
It's so easy to become a part.
He said that like he didn't know how that sounded, didn't he? The boy said, ain't no phones here.
Phones here. We talked about it this morning. Some people are here to watch this. There are no phones. It's my standard. So that's the part when I watch you. Like yesterday, I'm at the Miami game with, Indiana. What a freaking game it was. I take Dylan out. But let me tell you why. You ready? Let me tell you why. And I'm going to paint a picture for you.
Yes, sir.
And I think it's going to make sense to him. They're singing the national anthem. And then all of a sudden, they cut out to Trump. The place loses their mind, is what it does. Okay? And then comes back out. And then 20 minutes later, they show a video with Obama. The entire place boos. I don't know if you heard. Oh, it was the worst booze I saw in my life when Obama came up. They're going to play this somewhere. Okay? But then there was one part where they showed Trump on the big screen, and guess who's sitting right next to him? Dana White. And Dana goes like this. He's got a Miami Hurricanes shirt on. You belong in that room.
Yeah.
Okay? That's where you belong. To me, when I watch you with the way you communicate, it's going this way. You know, that's the part. And I watch these guys. I was one of them. Even when I had Nick on, I'm like, listen, he was 18 years old when he said some of this stuff. You got to be held accountable for it, but we have to give a chance for people to recreate themselves. It comes to us. It comes to what, Tate's decision is what to do next. And I know, I'm not here to say what you said about Israel all of a sudden.
I totally understand the point you're making. Totally.
Yeah, but
Myron's an amazing friend of.
I think I like how I appreciate how he tried to give them a little bell and hold Tate accountable, basically saying elevate your game. Like you of the elite class, right? You a high learner, you a high earner, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You on a stream with some dudes that's willing to trade that move for this coverage. That's why I'm trying to tell you, it's important the people you put around you. Sometimes I can't move with niggas around me. I don't trust niggas' mentalities. I don't trust you niggas' mental capacity. Nigga, you niggas may make the wrong decision and I'm going with the move. So I don't want to place myself in no situation where y'all trick me into doing something that I could avoid it by not having you niggas with me. You understand? Still farm a couple of niggas till I get into a space where you can't risk this shit. It's insulation going on. But isolation is the best insulation until you get to a certain level. But anyway, I think it's interesting how dude told him, like, yo, bro, you supposed to be on a totally different level. People look at you a certain way. How you end up with some streamers?
Mine. Doesn't mean I agree with everything he says and does, but he's an amazing friend of mine.
And salute to the streamers.
He's rode for me when I got in a lot of trouble. I've known him for a very long time. The other two I had never met before. Nick, I believe, had never been to a club before.
Yeah.
If you watch the entire stream, it's a long conversation about me saying, I don't want to go to a club. But Nick's never been to a club before. It's Nick's first
literally never been to
Nick's first ever time. It's Nick's first ever time in a club. You have to come.
That's true.
So I was like, I don't want to come. And then I ended up going. And clearly it wasn't worth it. But here I am.
Yeah.
So, it's an unfortunate circumstance. I truthfully hope everybody who's offended by it can move past it and understand that no one's out here trying to round anyone up and shoot them in the head. I believe, if you ask me why, I think that there's some streamers who are so obsessed with getting clicks that they don't think ahead. That's why they did it, and that's why I left.
So I'm with Pat on this, and I'll explain why.
Sure.
Because we had dinner 6 months ago, and we invited Pat.
Yep.
And we should.
But you know
so
what?
Hear me out.
Guys,
hear me
Nick's funny.
Of course. You know how much hate I get for associating with Nick Fuentes because I interviewed the guy?
Yeah.
I got canceled off of TikTok for interviewing Nick Fuentes.
Wow.
In a challenging interview.
Wow.
I got canceled TikTok. Thanks, China. But here's my point. We eat dinner at Giselle. We go down to 11.
Yeah.
You say to me, hey, bro, amazing night. I got to cut out early. I can't be at the club.
Yeah.
This is at the #1 club, not in Miami, in the world.
Correct.
11.
Correct.
And let me be responsible with what I'm saying, because some people are taking me saying that, the trade-off, paying attention to the barter system and the trade-off. Let me be serious for a second, because I champion risk takers, right? I'm a risk taker. I understand taking risk and understand that there's risk involved with elevation, right? But at the same time, I think you have to take calculated risk. When I'm dealing with people in these kind of scenarios, for all the things you can fight for all the statements you can stand on. That's why I'm saying it's irresponsible, and I'm starting to believe that a lot of it is fearless marketing. Dudes is really trying to get in front of certain audiences, get certain coverage without paying for it, and they're willing to swap out their credibility for it. They're willing to swap out the favor with the public for it because they feel as though I got a platform. When y'all send them my way, I'll explain it to them. I'll beat it in their head for 20 days. You understand? So I think they believe in their recover speed a lot of times, but you don't jeopardize other people's brand. I'm so careful, man. It's so much shit I know, loved one. Like when I say I'm really tapped in, like I'm really, 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 really tapped in. It's so much shit I know that I don't speak on just because niggas brands. And I ain't talking about no shit that need to be spoke on, but I'm just saying little bullshit, petty shit going on behind the scenes. It's all kind of shit going on that probably come out in 9 months, a year from now, 8 months. You'll see glimpses of it. But what I'm saying is there's so much shit that I know that I don't speak on because it's like I ain't putting your brand at risk even if it'll get some clicks and views. I ain't even gonna speak on that. But I'm loyal to my audience. So the things that come to the public, we gonna speak to them in public. And that's every single time. I always tell my people on Patreon, y'all tell me what to talk about. Send it in, whatever the topics is, right? Send it in. We gonna talk about it, address it. And tell them people to come holler at me. We'll go Zoom right now. Anybody you can think of, anybody that feel away, anybody that want it, tell them dudes we can have a conversation about any topic. So I always live in that space, right? But at the end of the day, I think if you're a friend of Andrew Tate, if you're a friend of Kanye West, you don't go out and play this record at this time. You don't give Ye this coverage after he done apologized to the rabbi, after he trying to rebuild his business, see his children, and get his shit together. You don't do that for Andrew Tate that spent 3-4 years fucking with these people, getting locked up in and out of jail. And you don't do that. Let me fuck up my shit. Yeah, let me burn my own steak. Yeah, don't let me come home and another nigga done cooked my steak and burnt it. No, dog, don't do me like that. Don't even do me like that. Respectfully, right? I think, again, pay attention to the barter system. We champion risk takers. I'm tapped in with the risk takers. You are now locked in with a risk taker. But at the end of the day, homeboy, make sure it's worth, the juice is worth the squeeze.
What you're saying is, if you're coming to Miami, call me. I'm going to be a better host. I know the good places. I know. And by the way, as much as I'm teasing you, I'm agreeing with you because you know the places in Miami. And the guys, you know, you're connected with everybody. All I'm saying is a very different message. My message is, what's the next room to get into and solve for that? That's all it is. And by the way, you know what's crazy about it? Myron Games, I invited him over to the office 6 months ago. This is a meeting Myron and I had. It's no one's business. Myron knows what conversation I had.
I'm not interested in how he feels about Myron. I want to hear what Sneako thinks. Again, Kanye West is reportedly furious with Caviclier and Sneako for requesting HH in the club, which you know what that song is. Again, he's trying to move past that. He's trying to move past that. Why would you play that if you know you locked in with Ye? You supposed to be dating his sister. I mean, dating his wife's sister. Why would you play that? It just, to me, it don't make sense. Come on.
Exploited, abused, or pressured to share.
Awesome. You see this.
Wait, so I can't believe Myron was watching this. He's like, oh, I didn't see the whole thing yet. The whole time he's talking. He's
not just with this song. You see this on all their streams. They're running people over, doing retarded shit constantly.
Okay, so you're calling Klav retarded for what? Wasn't that self-defense, the Cybertruck? Why would you invite him to your party if you thought he was a retard running people over? You invited him there. Oh, he's just a young guy running people over doing retarded. So why did you invite him to your party?
I want y'all to pay attention to what Sneako is doing, right? He's pretty swift. I think he may have studied how these media conglomerates built their business or something. Not only Sneako, let me be clear, the entire market is utilizing old-fashioned media tricks. Like you just heard him kind of smear two subjects together. He didn't say these dudes are dumb people that running people over, talking about them. He was saying that streamers are doing things in effort to get views. Clickbaiting. They put a word on it. You know, hip hop call it clout chasing. The streamer nerds and shit, they call it clip farming. See, they didn't want to call it clout chasing because we really put a stench on clout chasing coming out of hip hop. Hip hop got the stench on clout chasing. You understand me? So they just took clout chasing and made it something else, called it clip farming. And it's cool over here. We do this. And so what I think Sneako is doing right now is merging those two ideas and representing it, repackaging it to his audience. And it's working. This is why I want to talk about it. Is because what Sneako is doing to Andrew Tate, if you're asking me just from the little that I've seen, it's working. People are actually saying Andrew Tate folded. People are actually starting to look at Andrew Tate in a certain way. But we're going to talk about some of that. Pay attention to what he's saying.
Useless for myself. I'm not here to say it wasn't me. I'm not here to blame someone else.
You just
Why the
just
double
said that.
standard?
He just said
Rap
that.
talks about killing ninjas all day, but a song mentioning a 100-year-old event is all over news.
Because it's almost like there's an overwhelming Zionist control in America. It's almost like that's what's happening.
But it is kind of ridiculous. It does feel a bit unfair that I'm standing in a nightclub. A song comes on that I did not request. A song comes on that I do not dance to. I do not repeat the lyrics to. I just stand
Wow,
there.
what a good goy. You don't dance. I'm a good goy. PBD, I'm a good goy. I didn't dance. I just stood there. I wasn't dancing like the rest of those anti-Semites. I was just observing.
And then they want to attribute somehow the song playing to me and it all being my fault.
That's a fair argument, but
And here we go.
To the average person that's watching it, back in the days when I'm younger, I'm in a car with a guy who I get out of the military. It's December 23rd, 97. The guy's got a bunch of pot in the back of his trunk. Cops come out.
Yep.
And I'm in the Army, and my guy's calling me, telling me, hey, you got to figure something out. You can't be involved in something like this. Yep. So guilty by association, it's the first thing they're going to say. You hung out with these guys.
Look, Tate, you've done this long enough to not see these tactics right in front of your eyes, stupid. Guilty by association. You see what PBD's saying to you? He's framing this as if you're guilty. Wake up, dude. Wake the fuck up. How is your whole brand about the Matrix and you're just letting it fucking run laps around you? Like being a good goy for them. Guilty of what? What did you do? Guilty?
When I watched the video, Andrew, with you and them, Tristan looks extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get back to work, Andrew. Get back to work. Apologize. Get back to work, Andrew Tate. Be a good top G.
And the way you were smiling, because I saw a lot of everyone's texting me. You and I
Look at the fucking tone, please.
Conversations together. You looked extremely uncomfortable as well. You're smiling, but you're not. You know already what's going to happen. It was almost a look where I said, Tate knows what's about to happen next.
Yeah, the shock value really isn't worth it to me. I mean, I've said some shocking things, and people
really?
My brand is built on shock value, but I think they're at least shocking opinions.
They're coming into the UK to slaughter your daughter.
See, they got to be careful with this Sneako dude. And again, I don't know him, but just what I've saw of him in the last, maybe we've been watching this 30, 40 minutes. He's did a couple of different impressions of different people. You got to be careful with people that can turn into other people like that. Right? You got to be careful with that kind of spirit. Right? And I'm not saying nothing bad about him, but you got to be careful with it's niggas like Shang Tushang. You understand? He can come in front of you and turn into you. And that's why I think he's challenging Andrew Tate. Because he may say, hold on. I'm better at this thing than you are. And the only reason I know that is because I've studied you from a level that you don't even understand. I know more about you and your tendencies than you know about you. Because there's these parasocial relationships nowadays in this new era with the internet. So I believe some of his bravado comes from student teacher. But now I feel like I'm better than the teacher now. And again, look at how he can just turn into anybody. It's a very interesting talent. I don't know, man. It's something. I don't know.
Invaders are coming in from the third world. White men need to stand up.
I think I'm sitting there saying, this is my opinion. You may find it shocking, but this is what I truly believe. These are my worldviews. And perhaps there's a lot of people who agree with me, disagree with me. But to just shock and offend purely for the...
Holy fuck, bro. Like, you didn't invent short form content based off of controversial clips. Like, you didn't tell your clippers to clip what was controversial. Are you, like, that you weren't saying provocative things about women and relationships intentionally because it went viral, because more controversial content got more engagement? That was the entire system. What are you talking about, bro? Well, my cortisol is spiking. There's got to be, I can't be going insane. Like, I can't be, am I going nuts?
Purpose of shocking and offending.
Hand off your taxes to an...
One thing about it, he's not lying, because Andrew Tate did change the way people consume content. And I feel as though now it's going to come back to haunt him. That's how it is, man. They build you up, they will tear you down. And that incel or red pill, some of those red pill guys, that community, some of that, those dudes are piranhas, man.
The internet for a while, but it's getting worse and worse. And you notice it across the entire streaming world because people are struggling to get any kind of views or shake people out of apathy. And when I talk to anybody below 25 who's doing anything on the internet, their only intention is to be as shocking and therefore...
Why do you think that happened? Short form content was pioneered by you. You laid the blueprint out. Shocking goes viral. Controversial. Like, holy shit. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I really didn't
think get everybody to panic within 3 seconds. Otherwise, they're going to scroll past it.
They're coming into the UK to slaughter your daughter.
And that's what people are doing. That's the world we live in.
Why hang out with them?
Well, I haven't seen them in a long time. It's the first time I met 2 of them. It's the first time I met Clav and Nick. I spoke to them online, but it's the first time I ever met them. I hadn't seen Sneako in a while.
You and Nick have never met each other?
Never met.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Never met.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and the Braden guy, Clav, whatever his name is, he's new.
First time I ever met them. Yeah. And I have to be honest, they were nice guys when I met them.
Do you notice what they're doing too? Andrew didn't catch it. That Jewish Zionist, one of his PBD sidekicks, and PBD himself, when they referred to clavicular, they said Braden. When PBD referred to me, what did he say? He said Nicholas. They're saying our government names on purpose, just to be like, hey, fuck you. Just caught that. They didn't. Who Braden? They Googled that before. The producers had that written down. Why did PBD refer? Who's that guy? Nicholas. Who's that guy? I'm a names guy, and I'm not a names guy. I'm a numbers guy. It's his name Nicholas. Oh, Sneako. Little tactics, just like Piers Morgan when he had Nick Fuentes on, name dropping his family. This is a threat.
It's the first time I've spoken to them. I sat down with them, and
it takes being a good goy for their hit piece, bro.
I don't think they even put the song on. I have to guess. I think Sneako may have put the song on, who I'd met many times before. But it was a long night.
One time
6 or 7 hours, in which for 2 minutes of it, someone got a phone and put a song on. Wasn't me. And now it's all over the news. So I just think that the main reason this is being done is because shock value.
Dude, your whole thing, the news, the media, it's all the matrix, right? It's all a control mechanism. They're all trying to manipulate you. Fight back.
Use what people are optimizing for with their content primarily. And then we can have another conversation entirely about why anti-Semitism is on the rise in the first place, because I have a theory about that also. And I think that the main reason anti-Semitism is on the rise across America, because there's no doubt.
We also got to stop saying anti-Semitism. What does that mean? Semitic people are native to the Arab lands, right? Native to that region. The people that say anti-Semitism are literally from Poland and Ukraine, and he knows that. Benjamin Netanyahu is a fake name. These people have look at them, the pale skin. They're from Eastern Europe. And then, oh, you're just anti-Semitic. Are you really Semitic, guy? You're Semitic? Oh, no, they realize why they do that. It's to trick you to make you think that they're native to that land. That's why they ban DNA tests in Israel, because they find out, oh shit, all these people, they're from fucking Ukraine, Poland. Not Semitic. Tricks. And he's letting him run circles around him right now.
About it, that it is because young men are being told that Jews control the system, and young men are being screwed by the system. It doesn't mean it's true. I'm not going to sit here and say that Jews completely and utterly control the system. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you tell young men that, and they believe.
Let me say this, too. It is interesting because Tate is kind of tiptoeing, and that's not something that people are used to. But I get it. He just got out of jail. Again, if I'm Sneako, I can't put him in that situation. That's just how I'm giving it up. That's the kind of person I am. I wouldn't be able to put my guy in that situation. Let's talk about this Rainwater fucking with New Dallas and Zillionaire Doe and all of those guys. So for people who don't know, Rainwater, he's a guy in Dallas who is kind of like a tastemaker. You know, he was Mo 3's manager, RIP Mo 3. I find it interesting. Him and New Dallas has some friction going on. And I just sat with Zillionaire Doe, and he bigged up Mo 3. Me and him had a conversation about Mo 3, and he was saying Mo 3 wanted him won. So I'm not sure what's going on, but Rainwater is taking it upon himself to disrupt whatever them young dudes got going on. For people who don't know, there was a young dude by the name of Z the Wizard. R.I.P. Z the Wizard. He got killed at a club in Texas the other day. He was a part of New Dallas. He had a new deal with Free Band Game that he was working on. Shout out Future, Zoe, all those guys on that side. Casino. And he got killed. They just made an arrest in the killing. We may get to that as we have this conversation. After that killing happened, the family of the gentleman put up a GoFundMe, which was later shared by Montana 700 of New Dallas. This situation took the internet in uproar, but the only reason it done that is because Rainwater made a video. Rainwater made a video saying that, why do you got to put a GoFundMe if you niggas been talking all this trap shit and you so rich? I want y'all to remember, Zillionaire Doe, New Dallas, Montana 700, they kick that trap shit, like real live trap shit. I really enjoy the music. Rainwater say they can't rap. I had a conversation with them about people that say, you know, New Dallas can't rap. And they was just like, yo, we get money, man. We here to stay for 30 years. We here to get the money. We ain't stuck with them niggas talking about. But let me find that video with Rainwater. Before we look at this, because I think it's important for context purposes that we find it.
Looks like it's swell season.
Gotta keep.
Yeah, man. Listen, ain't nothing wrong, but you gotta go fund me account, and it's gonna be hurt about it. You start getting mad. I say they can't rap, man. Zillionaire is trash. I ain't say he less of a person. I ain't say that Zillionaire wasn't this and that. I just say he can't rap, but you get mad about that. He can't rap. None of them can't rap. Montana, you are from the suburbs just like me. You from down the street just like me. You get mad because you from that's like me. I ain't got no problem with nobody but all New Dallas from DeSoto. Zillionaire. I mean, not Zillionaire. Montana. Z the Wizard. Himothy. Huncho Murder. All of them from DeSoto, and y'all destroying the kids live talking about trapping. They ain't sold no real, no trapping. Had to trap. You try to trap because y'all wanted to trap. Y'all thought it was cool to trap. You didn't have to do that to feed your family. No. Talking about, I paid for the funeral. Why mama got $100,000 to go for me? Why does mom got a whole GoFundMe for $100,000? No. I'm glad you said that, man. Listen, I'm glad you said it. See, y'all comments making me look good. Listen, man, they did me like that for 5 years and they laughed at it. You know, they was hanging around. They did me and my people like that for 5 years and they laughed at it. So it's my time. And I said nothing wrong. I said nothing wrong. I didn't say that they was this and that. I said, how you gonna have a GoFundMe for $100,000 now to they trapping? That's not for his baby. They have insurance for that. They said everything going to his mama. I talked to the baby mama. The baby mama really told me what he said.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
You know what I'm saying? But they did for 5 years. They thought my partner dealt with entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And he's from the South Dallas, so I don't want to pick those sides like this. Straight up. For 5 years, they seen people in the comments and laughing at situations.
Hey, y'all go tag Rainwater. Tell him jump on the stream. Got some questions for Rainwater. Y'all clip this and send this to Rainwater. Tell him I said jump on the stream. I got a few questions for him. It's an interesting thing, man. I'm wondering what's going on. What's the beef with the New Dallas? But listen, after he went and done that, the New Dallas gentleman came out with a couple of posts clarifying that they got money. They gonna pay for the funeral. They getting all kind of money, 30, 40,000 a show. Why would they not pay for the funeral? Trying to disarm Rainwater of that narrative, he still kept rolling because, in fact, that GoFundMe did go up. So he put him in a weird situation. There's also this funny thing he's doing as it pertains to where they come from. I think it's interesting. This happens to a lot of people, man. When you come out the ghetto, people try to pop out, right? Nobody pops out on me because you can't pop out on me. I'm really the truth. If a nigga pop out on me, he really doing some lying and some hating. You know what I mean? Tell him show you some proof or something, right? If he can't show you no proof, he lying and hate, right? I'm really one of them. That's why nobody ain't popped up with the, he ain't really, that ain't really. But as a black creator, as a black man getting money, man, you really got to be prepared for that, especially if you come in with any kind of bravado. Niggas gonna try to be like, he ain't really do that, man. See, they can't do it with me because who done it if I didn't do it? Who done it? I done been loud my whole career. Niggas can't say, right? So I think it's interesting that Black American culture, in particular Black men, they deal with this level of like undermining that comes as it pertains to their reputation. And then you also got people who do be faking. Like they'll make their whole career about drugs and the drug life, and they really went to like schools in the suburbs, or they really come from a good family way on the other side of town. And that's a beautiful family. That's a beautiful thing. You ain't come from a broken family. Why do niggas push for that? Like, it's some weird shit. But niggas will pop out of nowhere. Man, that nigga, I fired on that nigga. Boy, you know how many niggas will love for a nigga to be able to pop out and say, man, I stomped Loon out, man. Man, that nigga Loon, I caught that nigga, man, and I had a story where I beat the fuck out that boy for playing with me. Man, nigga gonna tell you Loon beat him to the floor, man. Hey, Rainwater crazy. So after this conversation, Sean Cotton of Say Cheese TV has a conversation with Rainwater surrounding the whole Zillionaire Doe, New Dallas, his conversation and communication as it pertains to those young gentlemen, and why he has this disdain for Zillionaire Doe. And shout out to Doe. That's my little nigga. Shout out to Doe. I like that little nigga. I like Montana. I like them two little niggas. So shout out to them boys. Sean Cotton kind of has the conversation with him, does the best he can do. Pay attention.
Create a war.
What? I don't know.
Bro, you got niggas in the comments now saying fuck New Dallas, bro.
No. Listen.
3 months ago they wasn't saying that, but because you say, bro, you have power, bro. You don't realize it, but you have power.
No. Listen, Sean. When Montana called my phone that morning, I've been sparing him. But when he called my phone that morning, I was uneasy.
What morning?
He called my phone the morning I started making the video.
Oh, okay.
And after he hung up the phone, like, nigga hung up the phone. Like, I could see him hitting that button hard. And I got up on my bed and said, damn, Montana. And all I kept thinking about him moving them boxes. And after that, it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm totally against that. I'm trying to save the streets.
You against what though?
This is what I don't like.
What did he say when he called you?
He just called my phone like on some gangster shit. And I'm saying, looking at
because you fucking up the brand.
No.
You fucking up the New Dallas brand, bro.
I understand that it was cool when they did it to me, my brand. It's okay when people talking about me and laughing at me. Straight up. I never said nothing bad about Zillionaire. You know what the nigga Montana told me one time? Kicking up the dirt as I pull out my skirt.
See, I think it's interesting what Rainwater be doing, his position out there, how he be playing it, right? I think it's an interesting little game he be playing. But I don't understand. If y'all understand, tell me what the beef is, Chad. What's the beef with Rainwater and New Dallas? It says this the dude that sued Yellow. That is true. He sued Yellow. So what you trying to say? Is he trying to provoke them or something?
You sued the nigga. Right? That same parking lot I sued the nigga, made $400,000. They partner got killed in. And his mama got a GoFundMe on. That same parking lot when I'm telling people, I felt like it was unsafe. Nigga, the security not right. Then they all came out with guns. Remember, I'm telling you the whole story. That same parking lot where I ran out the gate, got beat up, sued for $400,000. His partner got shot in the back of his head by his own friend. On some gangster shit. That ain't you. But you don't call my phone now. I don't know if you recording me. I don't know if you got me on live. I ain't got you on nothing. But I'm gonna respect the truth. I have nothing against. I never had nothing against them till Montana called my phone and doing that shit. Now I know your situation. I know, nigga, straight up. Let me tell you like this. Some people trapped to get out the hood. Some people trapped to feed their family because they hungry. They have to do that. Take them penitentiary chances. Nigga, you graduated from DeSoto and went back to the hood. To go to the hood. Somewhere that you was affiliated with that never lived in. Big old house.
How do you know that though? You
Say it
don't.
again?
You don't know.
I know everything.
That nigga way younger than you.
Sure,
Bro. You don't know.
I'm glad you say that.
No. You gotta prove it. I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that with your power.
Yeah.
Cause I know my power now. The YoungBoy shit. I didn't post that because I knew what it did.
Right.
It's a lot of shit I don't post because I know what it's gonna do. But with your power, I'm just, and I'm not blaming you for nothing. Yeah. But I'm saying what you've done in the last week, bro, is creating a rift and it's creating a divide with the young niggas, bro. I'm seeing it.
No, I'm not.
Real time.
I'm not part of
Because one thing about you're real good at manipulation.
How?
You know how to come at a nigga and then bring people in that already don't like them.
I ain't bring nobody in.
You mentioned the Tulio shit.
I mentioned Tulio because Tulio had paid for promotion. And so at the end of the day, that's Tulio from the same.
Why do I keep, bro?
Yeah, Tulio.
Hey, I know you gonna cuss me out, bro. I'm my bad, dog.
Listen, Tulio got a promotion with me, but Tulio from their side of town. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's when somebody already felt.
Nah, bro, you went on the story and was like, man, but it's this one nigga, man. He in the real dollars, man. And it create like but doing that creates like it creates a divide, bro, because and then he do the interview after that.
No, he did the interview 6 months ago. I had nothing to do. I never knew that. I ain't got nothing to do with their time. This is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? You ain't see nobody from my side go in the background and be like, fuck them niggas. Nah, we ain't trying to get no war. This is how I personally feel between them people. I gotta go to Big T every day to my salon, to the shop and pick up the money and pick up the clothes in there. I have nothing to do with it. I go alone. I don't have niggas in the car with me. I don't ride with niggas or nothing like that. So at the end of the day, that's how them niggas feel. But the situation, they got some more shit going on.
But you mentioned that the Montana blocked him from getting a deal.
He did.
How you know that, Celine?
Yep. No. Because we was trying to help. I was trying to help be a part of the situation.
And they didn't want to sign him no more?
They wanted to sign under Montana.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like Salim is a good dude. Yeah. But Salim, like, even with me, I can't get none of my artists signed over there because of the relationship.
I guess the question is, if a rapper puts up a GoFundMe after they die, what is the culture's reaction to that?
He's a good dude, but he's a lawyer dude. You know, if it's artists say that he this and that, then that's what Salim will go with. You know what I'm saying? So he a good dude, but you know, and I believe it too. Montana A&R Brooke all in my yeah, she all in my comments and calling me Rainwater and this and that. Man, we need some real A&Rs these days. We need some real.
Yeah, this is a reaction, bro.
Where you know it's like
this. I'm just kicking shit, bro. I'm just talking reaction. Yeah, we just kicking some shit, bro. Breaking the news and shit, and just talking about some things like. It ain't a full-blown reaction. Like we just talked about Tate. We finna move on after this. I'm just trying to feel what the problem is.
Let me tell you, Sean. I took that shit on the chin. When 300 Artist Trap was over there making all these, put them on a shirt, making all these songs, none of the A&R came out and say, stop that, under the comments. But when Rainwater do it, it's like, you know. And I had nothing personal with them. I'm just coming out with a Mo3 album. I'm gonna let everybody know what good rap is and what good music is.
What about Amir? Is he gonna be on the album?
I mean, he
is Zillionaire the only one that charged you?
Yeah, but I don't think none of them gonna do it because they don't want to burn their relationship with Freddie.
I don't think Freddie's not the type to be in.
So hold on. Rainwater, is this about niggas charging you?
Got over 150 songs. No.
Is the Pink House? Is that a trap? As far as the club, is that somewhere they?
Yeah, they got it.
You haven't been back since?
Yeah, I was back in. I went to for the first day.
New Year's Eve. You was there?
I came early.
Losing sliced bread.
Yeah, it's just a reaction. We got to get in the groove of working all this shit. But right now, I'm looking at Rainwater. I'm not understanding his beef with New Dallas. He's stepping on their brand.
They looked at me.
I drove by there one time and it just was like in the corner.
Yeah. It get dark at night.
Yeah.
And so like Yeah, they got to demolish it because it brings like that's what fuck up a lot of shit.
It's the
He got his own day in McKinney. Mo 3 day.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
What's the difference between they?
No, but Mo 3 wasn't insecure. I moved to North Dallas when I was 12 years old. The part of McKinney that 3 is from is the slums.
Yeah, it is a
Sugar Hill and all that.
Yeah.
Sugar Hill and all that. Like that's the slums. You know what I'm saying? So you move to North Dallas, and it's like an upgrade a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Then with Sugar Hill back there in the back. So it's like he was not insecure after a while. You know what I'm saying? So like people get real insecure about where they from. But let me tell you why though. The difference from Dallas rappers is most Dallas gangster rappers, their family and their moms are praying women, church going women. Like I can look at a rapper and sit there and say, look at your background.
I think what's interesting is that he's attacking these gentlemen's background by saying that they're not from where they're saying they're from. Rappers got to be careful with the bravado, but see, they so young, they ain't really had a chance to do no whole bunch of shit. So he kind of got them in a trick bag. At that age, if you a street nigga and you that age, he really saying, if you asking me, the only alternative is to go to prison at that age and then come out at 25, 26, and you done already been to jail. Like, I don't think I don't like the conversation he's having. These dudes are young dudes. I think if I'm not mistaken, they 23 and shit, 21. These is real young dudes, man. But let me find out it's about people charging him for a verse, man. It feel like it's about niggas charging him for a verse.
And you really not that. If your mama ain't jamming your shit, singing word to word, then you ain't that. You go look at FBG mama. She was damn near part of the game too. Who shites the mama? Yeah. Son, keep popping that gangster shit. Finesse mama. You know what I'm saying? They are real live and they breed real live situations. These rappers in Dallas, they mamas on prayer lines and shit. My mama on prayer lines, so I know I ain't no gangster. I ain't none of that. But them rappers.
See, that's where he beat him at. He beat him right there when he say, "Nah, I ain't even." So he disarmed himself. Now what can you say? You can't do nothing but prove you ain't a pussy. Because, and this is a trick bag. I hope these young niggas know that. But here's the problem. Because niggas got platforms and voices, the shit gonna get out, then your comments gonna get flooded. Like, man, my fans and a lot of y'all in my community was in Zillionaire Doe comments because he didn't post the interview. And I was telling y'all on the Patreon side that, yo, man, dude, Z the Wizard just died, man. We can't expect him to post it. Z died. Them boys going through it. But they kind of was helping with some of those. That's why I stepped in. Like, hold on, y'all. Like, I'm cool with the little nigga. These little niggas cool with me. Like, what the fuck going on? Like, and then that's when I bump into Rainwater and he's saying this and saying that. And I'm saying, oh, man, it's a whole little campaign going on. And these niggas is in trying times right now. That's why I think that's why I don't understand what Rainwater is doing. Because as an old nigga, you know what kind of times they going through. If you believe them to have love their partner like I think they love their little partner. These young niggas that was together every day, they burying their homeboy, man. Like, and you online popping this content shit. I keep telling y'all it's a content-driven society now, man. Niggas is really putting their life on the line for content. Like, they going all the way about content nowadays. It's not like it was in the old days. Like, but yeah, nah, I don't get it, bro. Like, I'm having trouble understanding what Rainwater is doing. They burying somebody right now. It's not a good time for interviews. Even Sean Cotton, like, y'all having these conversations and they burying the dude. Or maybe y'all know something I don't know. Maybe y'all done talk to the family and the family saying y'all right by what you're saying. I don't know. I got to assume that something is going on for y'all to be doing it the way they doing it. I got to assume that because ain't no regular people gonna come out while you are burying your friend and mourning and the family is mourning and start having interviews about niggas rap suck and they don't really care. Them niggas ain't got no money. They ain't really from over here. They homeboy, man, this. Like I just don't think it's not a natural process. It's not the natural order of things.
Dallas, when the rappers mama start talking about God, you go look at God, and the rappers start telling back to God. That's the problem. See, with Hustle Man Keith is, he on there and said the first thing he said, I thank God. But in them songs, you thinking the trap. I thank the trap. I do this. I do that. So it's like people was looking at it like, oh no. You understand what I'm saying? So we gotta understand, is that really you? Houston a different story, some of their mamas in the slums and this and that. So it's really you, but
But you know and I know that 99% of rappers, they're in character mode. So what's wrong with New Dallas? Even if they are putting on the front, whoever, 99% of artists are doing that anyways.
No, I understand it. So I never said nothing about them bad. Like
Nah, this week was bad, bro.
It was for me.
Some shit, yeah.
People said it was the real shit.
No, I mean it probably was real, but like I said, from your stance and where you stand at now, you are an executive, bro. You should never be on the internet doing that.
Yeah, you're right.
Because people, you do have an influence.
No doubt. I apologize. I apologize for saying y'all music trash.
And then you saying that it's like you're wishing that they fall off. It's like New Dallas is over. New Dallas is it's like and I don't want to put no words in your mouth, but from the feeling outside looking in, it's like since Z the Wizard died, it just seemed like people are trying to step on them while they down.
But they ain't do me like that.
Yeah, but that don't mean that. But that don't mean that.
Sean, did you go do an interview with somebody else when they was laughing at us saying that? But
I did an interview with you first.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
No. I did an interview with you first, and then I did an interview with Trap V. Am I lying?
Yeah, but I'm saying
I did an interview with you first.
You say it's like you kicking them while they down. He down.
That's what it feel like right now in Dallas.
No, I'm saying you showing sympathy.
No, I'm not.
That ain't hold on. That ain't what it feel like, little homie. That's what it is. That's what's going on. Niggas kicking them while they down. Let's call a spade a spade. They burying someone, loved one. All right, if the music trash, let's talk about that and give 90 days. Say New Dallas over, huh? Let's talk about that in 90 days. Right now they mourning. Like, what's going on? So it feel personal. But it's interesting because these gentlemen are older. They understand that words mean things. So they're trying to use like, well, I ain't saying nothing bad. I'm just talking about the music. And you are part of the music industry. So you got to take critique. You're dropping music through this, right? And you're doing, and you're an artist. So you got to take the critique. But there's a thin line when it gets over here to the personal side with mourning someone. You ever heard people go through things and they say, out of respect for the family, we ask for you guys, respect our silence through this time. You get what I'm saying? And so these are the proper procedures when people are going through these things. And so that's why it feels personal, because the timing. But you do make it hard when the GoFundMe go up. That's what's fucked up. When the GoFundMe go up, that's what make it interesting. And people online gonna react to it. I think this dude brought attention to it, but somebody online was gonna react to that.
I don't have no sympathy out.
Listen, I'm speaking from the outside looking in.
I'm telling you right now on this counter, and I told you a long time ago, I don't have no personal situation with nobody. What I do is I bring the attention on me to give to my nigga when it's time for him to drop. It's that time. It's that time. I got documentaries, I got albums out. So I'm saying it here on your camera, on Say Cheese TV. Man, them niggas suck. Big X shit, he ain't rapping about shit. I'm 3 dropping in 2026. Give a damn about none of that.
Bro, but every time
they better post them. They better post them. They better post them. They better post my shut up. Post my nigga. Sit there and say he the one pay homage for everybody to post my nigga. I'm 100% around my nigga and his kids. And so fuck them niggas.
Every time somebody has a moment in Dallas, you bring up.
You gotta respect that though, on some level. I just don't respect the fact that he doing it while them dudes mourning. You understand me? You gotta respect he ran for Mo3 like that and he using this. He doing the same thing Andrew Tate and Sneako and them niggas doing. That's why I'm telling y'all the whole market done turned into this. This rage bait bullshit. It just that's what it done turned into. Now just having regular conversations really ain't gonna do nothing. It's unfortunate. That's why people that listen to real interviews and have real, y'all gotta really be active, because even the people that can have that level of conversation will start making the clickbaity shit, because that's what's going. the rage bait, clickbait, do this, that, and the third, right? Smearing shit on your face and all that old this shit, man. These folk crazy, man. Low budget ass nigga.
3.
Yeah.
You don't gotta tear nobody down to
I'm
bring
not.
nobody up.
That's not turning
You just
down.
said them niggas suck.
No. That's competitive.
I like that. No.
Yeah.
I like your competitiveness.
Yeah.
Because in 22, niggas ain't competitive no more.
Stephen A. Smith will sit there and say the Cowboys is trash, and this what we doing is entertainment. This right here is like y'all looking at Sean Cotton say Cheese Sports Center.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rap Center. It's Rap Center. So at the end of the day, it's like me coming out and saying, Pooh Shiesty didn't change up his flow. How long do he got? We could talk about that all day long. We could talk about if YoungBoy fell out. Me and you having a conversation about phone, but it hit home when you niggas say that shit sucks. It's nothing personal about that situation. If y'all don't suck, prove me wrong. But I know who finna drop. That man finna drop. So even when that man finna drop 2026, I'm turning down every rapper from down in Texas who's not supporting them. You better post them. If you don't post them niggas, I'm talking about it all of them. Johnny Damn D, he ain't did shit. That bending is over. Everybody still.
If you're with your client, but you're too busy trying to.
Yeah, I don't like that he doing it while they mourning. Right? Shout out Mo 3, RIP Mo 3, RIP Zeta Woods.
Straight up.
I like that Johnny Damn D. He continues to push the record though.
He missed.
A lot of niggas give up on records too soon.
He missed his opening. Nigga, I was rooting for him.
What do you think he did wrong?
I was on the phone with him.
What do you think he did wrong?
Nigga, he told me, he hit the whole guy on the phone and said, hey, Rainwater can help you with the shows. And he tried to take my game and run with it. And it didn't work. And it's just like he didn't sign. And he talk, I know people got me out on the internet talking about, I want $1 million for this movement. Nigga, you ain't gonna get no $1 million for this movement. These rappers are stupid. You can get $1 million for this movement. What the fuck? Nigga, like straight up, he missed his time. What I'm trying to do right now, we're gonna put a reset on Dallas. Nigga, we need to regroup again.
The Zeta Wizard shit.
Man, that nigga was gonna be on fire.
I tried to tell everybody like early.
It's your fault.
Come on, don't do that. How's it my fault?
Because if Zeta Wizard would have got the love he had when he died and everybody posting him, he would have been on fire.
What do you mean?
Like this. I never listened to his music. I lied to y'all. I never.
I'm gonna tell you that's kind of the truth, right? These people like the blogs, right? Let's just say Shade Room. If I slip up and do something crazy, like me and one of my girls or something, if we have a bad fight, argument, or she jump out the car and leave at the gas station, some shit, like some regular relationship kind of shit where we done got into it and maybe she in her feelings and shit go bad, that shit can make the Shade Room. The only time they post me is when, certain guests is on, you know what I'm saying? Like, they post me a lot. They show me some love depending on the guests and the conversation. So, salute to them. But I know if something bad go down, it's going to be plastered everywhere. Hey, that dude, they do this, do that. Man, look, man, this what. And so it's like, there's some truth to support. And I was just telling Mill this. I was saying that you no longer get a repost because you're a friend. You no longer get a repost because niggas even like the content or because they know you. Most niggas is in competition with each other. And I'm only talking about all of the people that make content. Most of these guys are in competition with each other. You gotta you gotta trigger some kind of emotion in them for them to repost you. Like, it gotta be past like. It gotta be past like. It gotta be on. It's like I can't explain it, but it hits a certain thing for them, and then they'll repost it. But just posting it because that's the homie. You remember that used to be a thing when Instagram first came out. People understood that. I remember Meek and Wale got into it because Wale didn't post his album. Like, niggas understood, yo, post my shit. People can see that I'm out. A lot of these niggas will not post people that fuck with them. And they'll post people that don't fuck with them. That's just how this shit go. You understand what I'm saying? This game is twisted, man. So what he is saying is, if that artist would have got the love all y'all gave him when he died, he would have been on. Unfortunately, music and living just don't generate the kind of clicks that death does.
We're gonna listen to it. Until he died, I realized how hard he went. Like this nigga went hard. But I'm listening to everybody posting behind pictures and everything. You had no choice but to kind of listen to the shit. And then after you listen to shit, like, damn, that nigga, they're jamming. Then I go back and listen to the song. Nigga, instead of you taking that damn money for them posters, you should have been posting that nigga.
What do you mean? Oh, I should have been more on Zeta Wizard while he was alive.
Yeah, you should have posted more than you posted Hustle Man Keys.
I mean,
like straight up, the whole New Dallas can sit there and say, y'all, we got the same style. This the one.
Zeta Wizard was the black sheep.
Yeah, he was 4E. He was a whole nother clique. You know what I'm saying? He was the one. And I'm sitting there listening to him, I sit there listening to him like this man was an awesome person. But you know what I'm telling God?
Yeah, he was a great.
Let me tell you what God did, and God gave me a message.
So again, man, I'm just confused about I'm confused about what's going on with Rainwater and Zillionaire Doe and New Dallas. It feels like they may have tried to charge him for some. You know, there's a lot of that go on in this industry as well. Like the industry just is a fake place. But I don't respect the fact he's doing all this while they're burying and mourning Z the Wizard. I just think that's irresponsible for an OG or a so-called big homie who's been doing it this long to put them in that scenario. Let's look at a little bit more of this Andrew Tate stuff. I think there's a few more points that I need to hit as it pertains to this. Just kind of got off to a rough start because I'm not familiar with this app they have us streaming on. So let's regroup and get ourselves back to having this conversation. Then we'll move to the YoungBoy thing. We got G Herbo. They're trying to bait him into crashing out. Got a few other things. We got the little baby Jada Wade, all that shit going on. Moneybag Yo Finesse 2 times. Jay Prince, the contract with Rap A Lot. We got the Spotify situation. Netflix just made their offer for Paramount, an all cash offer. I want to talk to you guys about how cable, which is now obsolete, how they're now reversing us back to participating in the same kind of behavior we had as when we had cable. Interesting how they pulled the plug on it and now reintroducing some of the same behavior. And more things, man. So let's look at a little bit of this.
With him. I sat him down. I said, chooses to go here. These guys have to choose to lead, and those who don't follow his lead, they bash him. It's a very normal state of, how the process goes. Myron's an amazing friend of mine. He's never insulted me, to my knowledge. I think Nick Fuentes has said some things negative about me in the past, but now we get along. I think Clav said some negative things about me, but it's the first time I met him. I know Sneako said endless negative things about me over and over again because it gets him clicks.
You know what? My bad, y'all. Before we get to that, Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb. Because I know I ain't gonna have no time to talk about this after that. I'm not gonna speak about their first encounter. That video I think drops Monday. We got a video drops tomorrow. This is a live interaction. I really wish y'all would join. I'll drop the link so y'all join. In particular, everybody, especially on Patreon, y'all join or join Discord. Let's have a conversation. But we're gonna drop a video about the first encounter with Corey and Anton. But this is the response. I want to talk about the response because Corey just disappeared for a week. Again, he's doing that old-fashioned drop where he drops once a week. Anton had already responded, kind of went on somewhat of a press run to kind of shape the narrative. Corey then comes back. Let's see what Corey said. I have not watched this.
And I tried to warn him. I tried to tell him, you can't play with me like that. So I'm realizing the camera's on me. It's a lot on the line. It's a lot on the line. But he's trying to act like he a man. I bet my life and safety he wasn't a man when I asked D to move and basically sat in his lap. Because if you walk up on a man like that, you could get your eye poked out.
Let me say this. I don't want to talk about that part. I touched on that part. I can't wait till y'all see the video. You know, when I'm solo doing the pod, it's different. Right now we reacting, chilling, but this live stream, I'm gonna create more and more value for it as I get more and more into it. It'll be like a seamless process, man. And I'm trying to do this at least 3 times a week with y'all, and get more interactive with y'all, man. And also, this is what I do anyway when I'm researching. right? When I'm trying to pick up on what's going on in culture, this is what we're doing anyway. We just usually do it on Patreon.
Who understand life couldn't see. The man was too scared to take his glasses off. He was froze. He just was yapping, like when you arguing with your girlfriend. The man, look, we're not talking no hypotheticals. I ain't gonna say what I would have did. I heard the man said I was shaking. Okay, if I was shaking, I bet you didn't say that sex played to me again. So I ain't no tough guy. I ain't got time for that. I had a production in Vegas this week where I was on stage joking and singing. I'm the entertainer. But he has mastered a wickedly brilliant way to get people to clickbait what he's doing. And it's a very dangerous way to live. It's a dangerous way to live because the things he did during this week, he really played himself. Because he has nothing else to do but talk crazy and act like he's doing this and act like he's doing that. Homie,
well, that, you know, it's
thanks for not beating me up. That's all I got to say. Thanks for not beating me up, dude. All right.
Yeah, I'm glad it didn't happen too, because that 30-day ban, then the only place they would have been able to go hear about it really was at his, you know what I mean, on his page, really.
Whatever would have happened, it would have happened.
Man, I can't wait till y'all see that video. But I don't think the 30-day ban is what he was concerned about at that point. Let me just be clear about that. And I like Corey. Actually supposed to have him on the show here soon. My team is talking to his team, so I think we'll have a great conversation this year. I'm bringing back those real intricate conversations that got us rich and got us on. So hopefully y'all prepared. I'm telling y'all, I'm turning up this year. I'm talking about conversations layers deep. Like we got Umar coming up. You know how me and him do, but I'm going layers deep with Umar. I'm talking about I'm going deep. Like I'm saying I'm going, like, what about the money? Like I'm going all the way there. Like we gonna really, really go there and have a really good conversation. I got boxers coming up. I got a couple different rappers. We got a lot of conversations lined up. Y'all gonna be proud of. We got our first live show. Matter of fact, let's do an ad for that right quick for everybody that's watching. We do have our first live show. We're in talks with Finesse 2 Times and Lil Boosie. So we're going to have a live podcast. We're going to either choose one of those gentlemen or both of those gentlemen will be on stage. Nashville, Tennessee, live show. It'll be in March. We're thinking the first or second week in March. So we're finalizing details right now. We want to do 4 shows this year. We've committed to doing one in March. Hopefully, I see you guys come out and support us. But we're looking to have a really good conversation, man, and light things back up. But do y'all remember the Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb situation? If you're asking me, Corey was supposed to hit him, but I'm glad he didn't. And Anton was supposed to hit him, but I'm really glad he didn't. So they both lost, if you ask me.
If he was man enough to stick to his conviction of what he came here for. His conviction of what he came here for was to try and catch me off my square. And, you know, I'm a tell him and any advocate of him, and of course the people that root for what we're doing up here, I'm going to tell you this. Why don't you think what he did worked?
I mean, it's a few reasons.
Why didn't it work? What he tried to do, why don't you think it worked? Craig, I would love to hear what you got to say about that.
Well, here's the thing, right? First of all, because we're comedians, so we think abstract. So we don't hear words the same way everybody else hears words. We don't experience situations in the same way. So what he took advantage of initially was you were coming from an honest place. You were really trying to have an honest intellectual dialogue.
They said I disrespected him when I said he was kissing white people's ass, and he was exactly kissing white people's ass. And to this day, he still has never said nothing about the contribution the Caucasian male has made to the downfall of this nation.
Right.
And he said, I'm not going into that.
Right.
He said it, and people forget about that. they forget that he never answered that question.
Right.
I'm sitting up here asking questions. This man coming at me with some dick sucking shit.
Right.
I'm glad that he didn't have the courage to say it when I stood on it. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I didn't have to call the lawyer in the morning and take that retainer over there. And I don't expect everybody to understand that. It's a lot of people ain't never had to give a lawyer $10,000 at one time. But that's what they start at if you really want a chance to be heard in the courtroom.
Well, when he say he studied you, he knows this. Like, we comedians, we got egos as far as like we used to people sitting down and listening to what the fuck we got to say. So his strategy was to invalidate you. So no matter what you would have said, he was going to disregard it because he knew that that would get you in a space like, nigga, what? So you
What?
could
No, what'll get me in a space if you start sex playing me.
right.
Because I wasn't there until I didn't stop. Like, fuck what we talking about. Hey, nigga, I don't do that dick sucking shit. I don't play like that. I don't know people who play like that. I'm talking about, it ain't nowhere where I'm from. I never seen whole shit like that before. I never saw nobody do nothing like that before.
And but in the debate world is called baiting opposition. The whole purpose of it is to invalidate your credibility.
So in the debate world, or whatever you want to call it,
Debate.
I guarantee you this: the debate will stop if you tell a man brought up in ghetto America who don't move like that anything about dick sucking. The debate is out the window. It's what's up?
Right.
What's up?
You know what it reminds me of? Remember when Dennis Rodman was in the league and he was dressing crazy? And, you know, I forget who it was. I think it was Alonzo Mourning. And he kept slapping his ass. And Alonzo was like, you know, kind of mad. And he was yelling from the sideline, you a sick man. You a sick man. Because Dennis Rodman knew, okay, this is his limit and this is my limit. My limit on this particular thing is a little further. So let me try to take him in deep waters. He was just trying to take you in deep. But you caught it, though, so it didn't work.
Yes.
But Dennis Rodman also was in front of cameras.
Right.
He knew it.
This is what we have to make sure is understood. Some people, when they in front of cameras, they understand this is basically court gear.
Right.
This is court gear.
Yeah.
It's proof of what happened. I can't respect all that in front of the camera stuff.
No.
I respect the work you put in elsewhere.
Yeah. Right. But he don't want your respect.
He ain't gotta have my respect, but I'm just saying, if you want, look, I am not ashamed.
So this really didn't get to what Corey done, man. Corey brought his dog up there. And I can't just scroll Twitter because Twitter is a weird little spot now. Yeah, for y'all don't know, Twitter ain't like it was in the old days, but that motherfucker's let me see. Corey. Let's look at it.
ODU Global offers flex.
Yeah, he talked about his daughter. And so Anton now is about to sue. I just want y'all to know that. He's
studied. When I was in your grill, you did not say it.
Yo, what's up? This bruh man from the fifth floor.
What's going on, y'all? Everything who felt like both.
Shout out to you, but
and the fact he should have put his hands on him. Because me personally, I kind of seen him. Corey respond to,
decision. So he knows that there's going to be some false equivalency. People going to think this happened and this didn't happen. And he already is nothing. Anybody that's thinking, that has a logical mind, knows the play. They laugh at it.
I can't give credit for shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't care what you studied. When I was in your grill, you did not say it. That's why I told D to move. I'm like, oh, I'm finna bust this motherfucker.
He's real shit.
This motherfucker, I'm joking. And I kept getting him out. So I don't care what somebody say. It's the glasses. When you wear glasses, people think you smart. But I think the people that think people that wear glasses are smart are the dumbest people in the world. They put a man on TV, Dr. Fauci. This man had on glasses. Everybody thought he knew what he was talking about, and they did what he said. He gone with the money and everything.
King. Yeah, King, I'm here. Listen, man. A lot of deflecting going on, man. That's all I'm gonna say. You know,
Like you after a while. Get
me hard.
with you after a while.
Cool Mo D, cool Mo daughter.
That's the era.
Okay, here it is. Here it is.
kids into it. All right. All right. Let's check this out, y'all. Let's check this out right quick. Because now we getting disrespectful, we getting personal. And it looks crazy because it's after the fact. You know what I mean?
Say he ain't got no children out of wedlock.
That's cool Mo daughter.
That's who?
Not cool Mo D, cool Mo daughter.
That's the air up there, nigga. Look, let me tell you something. Don't make no more kids. That bitch gonna be buying like you after a while. If you don't know, don't ever brag on no mother what you ain't got. Don't nobody want no kids with you. Play the clip with that mark ass white. By the way, if I get under your skin, you know where I'm at, homie. You know where I'm at. Play the clip with his wife. This is the funniest shit.
Oh, wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different,
So I don't want to. Matter of fact, let me not even cover that because I think Anton is about to sue and Dude's channels is about to come down and has his daughter on him. The reason I say that is because here's his response. Let me see. Here's Anton Daniels responding to Corey Holcomb bringing his children and his wife into the smoke.
I'm reading this chat right now. I'm surprised at you guys. I'm surprised at you guys. So wait a minute. Are you guys telling me, some of you, because I see the overwhelming majority of you are logical. Are you guys telling me that it is okay for people to go after underage children? Are y'all validating this? Wow. I'm amazed at the culture. I'm amazed at the culture. Are y'all telling me that it is okay to go after underage children in real life? Not speaking in general, not speaking, oh, okay, well, this is how I feel about the community and how it is that we raise our children. I'm talking about real life people. I'm heartbroken. I really am. I'm heartbroken. For all of our black women, that's out there that say that and had something to even say. I seen y'all do a breakdown of Ryan Davis and what he said and all of this stuff. I've seen so many think pieces on Ryan Davis and how black children and all of this stuff are spoken about. And you guys really, now all of a sudden it's different? I'm heartbroken. I really am. In shambles, 100%. I'm in shambles. I'm in shambles. I am 100% in shambles. It's nothing else for me to say. It's nothing else. I have to figure out how to pick. Corey, he won. Corey and Craig, you win. You win, I give up. I have to figure out what collateral damage happened after that. You guys win. I got to figure out how to pick up the pieces. Family is in shambles. Daughter is in shambles. Literally having my wife take her over to get evaluated and figure it out because inside of the principal's office trying to figure out what to do.
So that's clearly lawsuit language. Oh, family in shambles, daughter in shambles, everything in shambles. Man, I can't handle it. Man, if you listen to what he has said, he went on to say, yo, I'm going to pull out of school. She now can't compete in any of her dances. She was on the road to going to the Olympics. This has now stopped her from being able to do that. Like, he's using lawsuit language. I want to be clear about that. And so for everybody out there that got that shit on their channel, this is why I said Corey didn't understand. Because for you to take your business asset, which is your YouTube channel, and for you to plaster his kid on it and his ex-wife, they can take your channel and they can remove you from the ad program. Like, that's truly bullying and harassment. If he wanted to go that route, which I don't suggest he do that, right? I mean, all this fan is content world, but certain things is off limits. And nigga take your whole bankroll about it. You seen Whack 100 took Hassan Campbell bankroll. Hassan was making a bunch of money. Let's just say it like that. He got into it with Whack 100 and released that phone call. Next thing you know, Whack ended up getting his entire channel took down. We talking about taking at least damn near. We're talking about taking several hundred thousands of dollars out of your pocket every year. Again, it's a trade-off thing. These are not just YouTube channels for people like us. These are business assets. The same way McDonald's has that brick and mortar, or T-Mobile has that store, or Walmart has that store. These YouTube channels are assets to our business. Our TikToks, these shits are generating income. These are assets. So you don't want to just put it in jeopardy and put somebody's kid up there, because there's no way to argue about that. It's nothing you can tell YouTube that's going to make them say, all right, we understand you put the 14-year-old up there. We got it. It's just all, yeah, okay, great. It's nothing you can tell them that's going to get that done. So just to get your, and that's what I'm saying, it could have affected Corey mentally, because you're reaching to respond back. You putting a business asset in jeopardy to respond back to what you say you already won. You said you already won it. You ain't got to go this route to respond back. You done already won according to you. But this dude is using very unique languages, letting you dudes know, hey, yo, I'm suing. So y'all boys do what y'all gonna do. I'm coming on through with the sue. You understand me? Yeah. I'm suing like Bruin. Here you talking about. Shout out to Tip. I got a video dropping about that, so I don't want to speak on it. But I do got a video dropping about that. Let's listen to what Lil Yachty said right here. No, YoungBoy, that's what we were going. We'll go to Yachty after that. Oh, we got Turk and Juvie to talk about too. Y'all let me know what y'all want to talk about. Matter of fact, some of y'all send a super chat.
Over exaggerated sometimes too. Like
Send a super chat and I invite you up and we can chop it up about one of these topics. Let me see.
it's like that kind of recognition. I want those type of things, but I ain't too focused on it.
Mm-hmm. What would you say you are focused on?
Staying out of jail. Staying out of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you
How about you?
Learning about people, telling stories in different ways. Because there's a lot of ways to tell stories. You can tell a story in a song, in an interview. I think we both kind of storytellers in different ways, you know? Because rap is poetry. Poetry is writing. That's what like excites me about life.
Let me address the little homie really quick. And I know it's a lot of people watching on Patreon and other things. Little homie, I'm running a business. I don't just talk about random songs, brother. If you want to get in contact with us about some business, you send an email to one of the email addresses that's in the bio. But I don't just get on my stream or get on my pod and talk about songs. You don't hear me doing that for nobody or nothing. So respect what I do in the game. And if you really want to handle some business, reach out to the platform, reach out to my people. They'll figure it out and we'll get it done. But respectfully, like, I ain't one of them dudes that just, check my song out. Like, I'm a high level nigga. I don't just be running around. I don't even barely listen to music, loved one. Keep chasing your dreams, doing your thing. But it's important that you know, I don't just come out the blue and, hey, music review. That's no jumper and all them niggas doing that broke ass shit. Send me $50, I review your music. Like, I don't, and I say that respectfully. Chase your grind, do your thing. But I'm saying my platform is really integrity. It's really organic. This is grassroots organic shit. So if I come up on your song and I like it, I'll play it. But I'm not just, bro, you check my song out, talk about that. Out of all the shit in the world I can talk about. Nigga, this a major platform. I ain't just taking a random song and talking about it. Like, you gotta respect the platform, brother. I know you chasing your dream, but like, come on, loved one.
Life is like we all have different stories. There's this like idea of, there's this word founder, which means that every person you pass by or meet or don't meet is living a life just as full as yours that you may never know. Like, I live in New York, so when I'm on the train, I'm probably gonna be on a train subway with someone who I will never see again. But that person is living a full movie just like me that I will never know. And just that idea of like all of these stories happening simultaneously that we may never know, but we're like walking by on a random day, is like an idea that I think about a lot, That was in like October, but you really did most of your work after it was finished. How would you describe it? Like, the album is you? I think all your albums are you though. Like, what version of you is Islam Cry?
Well, I'm singing after that person.
This is really the Michael Jackson of like this generation. What do you think when you hear that?
I don't. You got to think about my age, bro. I don't know.
We the same age.
I don't know nothing about no Michael Jackson though.
YB, you got a song called Dirty Diana, sampling Dirty Diana.
No, but I don't understand the stardom.
Okay.
Power.
Oh, because we wasn't like really alive at his peak when like women was like passing out.
Yeah, I feel like certain shit be over exaggerated sometimes too. You got to think about it. They over exaggerate about me sometimes.
How though? Like how?
Like that statement, right?
That you the Michael Jackson.
That's like going too far.
But I'll be honest though, like the way like.
I always wondered how he felt about the Michael Jackson comparison, because Michael Jackson was just on a totally different level. I get it from a marketing standpoint, but it's like, bro, Michael Jackson? Like, Jay-Z ain't fucking with Michael Jackson. Ye ain't fucking with Michael Jackson. Like, Michael Jackson was a different level. And I think the internet has brought the world closer as it pertains to, it's also separated us, but it's brought us closer to celebrities than we've ever been. And so what happens is that takes away from some of the mystique. Michael Jackson was a nigga, when they saw him, they passed out. They saw that boy Mike going to bed. Yeah. Man, I don't know how you take her back after that. How you take your girlfriend back after y'all at the concert, Mike look at her, she passed out. Man, I don't want her no more. Cause she damn sure don't want me, nigga. She just passed out for homeboy. You understand me? Boy, her body told her who she want. Fuck you niggas talking about.
You only really get it when you go to live shows and see how it's.
Yeah, y'all don't know that. That's grown man talk. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Her body'll tell her who she want. Yeah. That's over their head right there.
All right, so boom, tour. Highest grossing rap tour on that pace. You plan on continuing the tour because the fans feeding for it?
I'm going on to another tour summer.
Okay.
I just want to take my time.
Yeah. Because it must be crazy going from not being on the road for so long to then, being on tour for half the year last year. What was like the hardest part, you'd say, of being back on the road?
Having my kids with me.
Mm-hmm.
And no place for kids.
The road. Mm-hmm. Why was it important for you to have them with you?
I wanted them to actually see what I do, who YoungBoy. You know, my wife never got to actually see. Basically, I just wanted to explain why I had to go through everything I went through, what that was for. If I explained it right, I got a bad way of words.
You good. You listen. Your words is carrying through.
Yeah.
Rules, commands, MCP servers, subbing.
He was standing way too close to YoungBoy. I know he wanted to say, bag up, my boy. But he a blogger, nigga, so watch how close he get. Look at this, y'all. Man, that boy way too close.
Look, oh, for real? You gonna hit Euro for the first time?
Shit.
Whoa. I'm assuming you're gonna be touching Amsterdam.
For sure.
Can we expect that this year too?
I don't know.
Maybe. Well, look, as of the release of this Slime Crime.
Look how close he is. YoungBoy won't even look that nigga in the face, bro. You too fucking close to me. Bag up. And I say that respectfully because I like him and I think he did a great interview. But in this little moment right here, it's like, bro, we got a wide lens, brother. You can back up a little bit. I'm talking about he dead close up on him, though. On some yes, Lord kind of shit. You understand me?
I will have finally touched the people. An album that, did you work on a lot of that on the road or before?
I think after.
After the tour. For real. Damn. Because I remember you told me when we were there that you had recorded 30 songs already. That was in like October. But you really did most of your work after it was finished. How would you describe it? Like the album? Is you? I think all your albums are you though. Like what version of you is Slime Cry?
Whoever I'm saying after that person isn't whoever that's supposed to be.
Yo, that video of you, like your homecoming show in Louisiana, thank you. When you were just walking through the streets like a kid at a candy store for real. How did that feel?
Paid anyway.
Oh, they still give you that bread. Great. Now without some bumps, ladies have any bad memories connected to it?
We had a really funny feeling, but it's cool, whatever.
So this tour was great. Now without some bumps, obviously you had certain cities just cancel on you, Atlanta, Chicago. What was your reaction when that happened? Did you feel like you knew that was gonna happen?
Shut up. Paid anyway.
Oh, they still give you that bread. Did it bother you though? Did they give you any explanation?
I ain't next.
Just on to the next.
Free money.
Real. You've been doing a lot of dope things on the shows as well. I know you've been giving back to a lot of youth in different cities that you stopped at. What's your take? Because I think you've been early on this, 21 Savage had the Fuck the Streets movement that he kind of has been promoting these last.
I don't even fuck like that. I am the streets. I love the streets. I come from the streets. I ain't on all that pussy ass shit. But about that, I ain't just stopped about it. Same shit I've been on, you know? Oh no, it's kind of like, I think people kind of confused.
You know what though? I feel like YoungBoy and other people, they just going against it just to go against it. Like, fuck them niggas. Like a lot of them niggas just going against the fuck the streets thing, cause niggas know they ain't saying fuck the streets. And if they think they is, that's the comprehension skills are low. But I think most of them niggas just saying, man, fuck them niggas. We going against that shit. Fuck them niggas. That's what it feel like. You know what I mean?
Toting the gun. Because I ain't telling you not to tote your gun. But you ain't got to have your gun and engage in bullshit. You know?
Be violent.
Have your shit because you love it and because you want to protect yourself.
Right.
You know? So, that's why I donate money to those type of things. Because I actually do kill. A lot of people just be like, I guess confused. I be throwing out mixed signals probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Like, you would never forget about where you came from. Is that how you see the fuck the street shit? Is it like you think people saying fuck where they came from?
But I don't got my own color.
You don't be paying attention to that shit.
I just don't care.
Yeah. That's real.
See, if you go look at what I said about Dirk, that's why I like this little nigga. If you go listen to what I said about Dirk when he was sitting with academics, he would let academics say shit like, well, his opinion about your opinion was this. And it's like, well, he didn't say that. But my opinion about his opinion on your opinion, like, little homie, we don't have them kind of, you ain't got the rank to have them kind of conversations with me. How the fuck I'm gonna have a conversation with you about some street shit about an opinion of a nigga's opinion, but it's really your opinion of his opinion? Is you crazy? If you asking me, that last interview Dirk done with Academics, he should have shut a lot of those questions down. Hey, I ain't talking about that. Don't ask me that. You see what YoungBoy just done when he finna try to take you down this road with the fuck the streets and get a clip with you talking about Savage, and they ain't gonna probably take him to Young Thug. Like he knew where he was trying to go with it. Stopped him. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, we ain't talking about that. I don't want to talk about that. That's how you supposed to do. Get yourself out of that motherfucker. Niggas trying to, you know what I mean? At one point, the nigga Academics was damn near acting like YoungBoy. Well, I think his feelings is this. Well, so hold on. You think his feelings is something. So he hasn't told you these are his feelings. These are your opinions on his feelings. And you're telling me your opinion. You want me to respond to your opinion on his opinion, but you want me to respond to him about your opinion. Man, is y'all niggas crazy?
The narrative somebody pushing right now. I'm pushing my narrative.
Type. I want to get back to the album for a second. Slime Cry. When I hear that, I think of Song Cry, you know, the Jay-Z song. Kind of iconic. Did that inspire the title of the album at all? For real? What inspired that title?
I don't even know, bro.
When did you like come up with it?
I was gonna name Master it, but I didn't, so I don't know.
Oh, you were gonna name Master Slime Cry. Why didn't you?
I'm gonna be honest with you too. This is a hard interview to do if you're the guy that's conducting this interview, because the worst thing you can see is you're interviewing somebody and they're not engaged and they sitting back and they getting up mid-interview, walking out. You know what I'm saying? That's a rough interview, but you can't tell it from him. He handled himself professional. I respect that. Handled himself extremely professional. Cause this is a rough interview for somebody that ain't looking at you, looking down and shit. Like, that's kind of rough to deal with as an interviewer because the synergy is off in the room. But you gotta still fight through it, still ask your questions.
Because the music didn't feel like that message or that type of sound.
What is that message? Make America Slime Again. Like, what does that title mean to you?
I mean, follow whatever Trump applying.
Follow whatever Trump applying.
Yeah.
What in what way? Like
in every way.
Well, you know, Trump pardoned you, got you off house arrest.
I don't remember about that.
If you're a producer who hates AI,
that's a strong statement. Follow whatever Trump putting out, but Trump pardoned him. So I guess, you know, niggas is loyal to people that fuck with them, man. It's just how black men are.
Did you ever speak to him about, like, did you ever have a? No, about it. Right. Okay. But the album's named Make America Slime Again. The tour is named Make America Slime Again.
It was the name was like, it's just to enforce whatever Trump applying. That's it.
Have you ever met Trump?
Why you keep thinking?
Because you got me thinking right now. Why be like? Okay, all right, fair. But we at Slime Cry now. I haven't seen the track list. Like I said, when this comes out, the people will have it. But since I don't know anything about it yet, can you tell me like any features on it? Is it just you?
It's a surprise. I'm thinking about putting one on that.
Is it Ye?
No, it can be.
Okay. Who's the one feature?
It's a surprise. Maybe that's what they say, like Michael Jackson, that voice that he bring out sometime. It's a surprise. It's a surprise.
You're thinking about putting on it?
I don't know yet. Nobody likes to work with me.
Why do you think that is? I was singing earlier before we started, your song Blackball is one of my favorite joints of yours. And a lot of your fans would say that you have been like blackballed in the music industry. What does that term blackball even mean? Like, what do you think of when you hear that? What does that mean to you?
I don't know. I don't think it's that no more. I don't know. That might not be my caliber of person. You know? And I probably just did a lot of shit that people don't like or something. You never know.
Yeah.
Everybody don't like that. Everybody ain't gonna like you. I don't know.
So that's why you don't really have that many people on the album. But it doesn't seem like that bothers you for real. You know, you've always kind of been to yourself. But I will say, especially this year, it feels like a lot of people have kind of jumped on the bandwagon. Have you seen that with the tour, with Shot Calling, with the successful album? It feels like a lot of people who may not even like you before have come around. What do you think of that?
Not too much. Just stay away from it. Stay away from it.
What's it?
That type of stuff. Those type of people. Just the music industry. That's what you call it. People that need rapper time, I guess, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Like the industry politics, the industry games, having to show up for parties or award shows, like the fake parts of the industry that sometimes you have to do.
I don't know what you have to do, but yeah.
I mean, you're an embodiment that you don't have to do anything to be successful because you've done it all your way. And here we are in this really nice ski resort in Utah, cold as hell, but we warm. That's got to feel good doing it your way and getting where you want to go. When was like the most fun you had making music?
When I was younger.
Why?
I just didn't look at it as a job then.
Is that like 38 Baby era around then?
Yeah.
When did it start feeling like a job?
When I let money become an important thing inside of whatever this is.
I remember you said a while ago that you own 100% of your masters, which is honestly dope. Is that still true?
Yep.
Big yes.
I don't want to lie to you.
I appreciate that. Do you think you'd ever sell it? You see a lot of big artists because your catalog is probably worth a lot of bread. Like,
you want back?
I mean, you got it on sale?
You want back?
If we could cut a little check, you know, we could cut a deal of a camera, you know what I mean? But for real though, like, you think you'd ever move it?
I say yes, why not?
Yeah. I mean, some people, you know, they want to be in complete control of their music. I think that's kind of why some choose not to. But I can see both sides of it, you know? You still got me fucked up. Like, Slime Crop being made after the album. I mean, after the tour. Did you have fun making it?
Yeah.